Hello, welcome Aquariuses. My name is Alyssa. This is my channel of New Direction, and this is a reading for November. This is kind of like an emotional, well, not an emotional, sorry. This is an energy kind of forecast for the reading of, or for the month of November. There's a lot astrologically happening, so keep an eye on my channel for different videos as far as different astrological changes, but this is kind of more or less just an energy forecast for the month. So I have already pulled all the oracle cards. Today I am in Teal Thistle Salon. This is the salt room in which I run my Reiki practice out of. This is also the room that I do my distance Reiki sessions from as well. So if that is something that you're interested in, please be sure to hit the description box and send me an email. I would love to hear from you. All right, let's get into this. So as I was saying, I have already pulled the oracle cards just to kind of save some time. And this is really just looking at the general energy kind of kind of moving from the month of October and moving into the month of November. So moving from the month of October, deceit and the sixth chakra. This is your third eye, okay? This is the energy here really of low vibrations, really, and where your intuition and stuff may have been fogged, you know, maybe where your clarity on how to go forward was really fogged just by the low deceiving energy, you know, and that deceit energy is like deceive me once, shame on you, deceive me twice, shame on me, right? And we must really be honest with ourselves in the energy of deception that we allow to be prominent in our lives, okay? We really need to open ourselves up and be very honest with that kind of low vibration energy. This deceit card is so much just kind of like a devilly kind of card to me. You know, this is really just that energy of just low toxic vibrations here. The spirit animal oracles that came out with this was the sandpiper, which is be playful, and the butterfly spirit, which is transformation is beautiful. And these are such lovely energies. You know, sometimes I think we get so caught up on, and especially as Aquarius, as you know, Aquarians are they're very in-depth kind of thinkers, you know. That's just the, you know, an energy and characteristic, you know, it's the Aquarians, like your tarot card is the star because it's so connected to the cosmos and how that, you know, looks above and beyond just yourself. And sometimes I find that when low vibration energy really seeps into our lives, you know, the Aquarian nature is to really kind of dissect it. And I feel like the energies here of the sandpiper were like, you know, not everything needs to be serious. You know, we do need to allow for joy and lightfulness to be prominent or to be present, I guess, in our lives, especially when it comes to transformation. You know, because transformation is hard enough on its own. You know, there's no point in being stressed out in a ball of, you know, growth is growth. So allow the process, you know, to unfold the way it needs to unfold here. All right, so the energy of moving into November, there was quite a few that came out. It was broken heart, a man holding a heart, the second chakra, and the seventh chakra. So this is your sacral chakra, the second chakra here. And this is your seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra. That's your connection to the divine, to the cosmos, to the greater, right? To me, this energy here is really where you're working through the brokenheartedness, you know, and where the masculine energy, whether this is a masculine within your life or you are the masculine, or this is, you know, just the masculine energy within inside of you. You know, I say it all the time, like we have to go forward with the divine masculine and divine feminines within inside of our beings. Like we have to be whole beings within inside of self to be able to like do the journey and, you know, do the growth process. We have to be able to dissect things and look at it from more of a personal growth, okay? This is really where I feel like there's that energy of heartbreak. You know, something's happened. That's going to be different for everybody here. But this is that energy of coming from the heartbreak and embracing that level of vulnerability here. Embracing, you know, the masculine side of it. So that's, you know, for some of us could just be the action sides of the life here. But where we're showing up differently, you know, to how we embrace the heartbreak, to how we embrace the healing that needs to happen. You know, for some of us, this could be where different opportunities for work are coming. You know, the sacral chakra is all about the passions we have in life. It can even be talking about new romances and stuff like that, a new kind of spin on just the passion and the drive within life. But here's the faith. Here's the connection to the faith here. This is the energy here of connecting to a higher. And the animal spirit that came out with that was the eagle. Spirit has your back. And the eagle spirit is all about, you know, being brave enough to fly beyond the flock, right? To go above the crowd. Like the eagle flies so freaking high because they, you know, their view and their perception needs to be so much wider, you know, and this is spirit really saying like, go beyond here. Don't be afraid, you know, don't allow the narrow-mindedness or the limits of maybe what's held you back in the past here. Maybe that, you know, the energy of this broken heart, whatever that looked like. Don't allow that energy to be what holds you back here. Okay. Go beyond that. Spirit has your back. So go beyond that. Okay. Let's get into the tarot. So we're going to pull 3 lines for tarot. We're going to pull the emotional energy, the spiritual energy, and the energy needed for actions here. What tarot deck are we going to use? We're going to use the Wild Unknown. Okay. Let's see. Aquariuses. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watchers, whoever in between, whoever needs to hear this message. May this resonate with the highest, most, you know, guided growth kind of seeking message for you. All right, let's see. Emotional energy here. What is the emotional energy here, Spirit, for the month of November? We are starting with the 5 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, guys. Aquariuses. The Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Spiritual energy here is the 10 of Cups. Ooh, that's a lot. We're not taking that many. Take 1 or 2, please. The 9 of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles. That's lovely energy. And the energy here of the action needed is the Ace of Cups, the 4 of Wands, and the Judgment. Wow, Aquarius. Well, that is quite the energy. All right. So the emotional line here, this energy of the emotional line, you know, it's the 5 of Pentacles is kind of this despairing energy, right? It's kind of like this heartbreak energy, you know, maybe where you've been feeling left kind of out in the cold, like, you know, you just keep getting the short stick. Nothing's really kind of working here, you know, and this is kind of the energy of almost just being like, oh my gosh, like, I'm ready to give up. But the 8 of Pentacles here behind that is that energy of, okay, so shit's tough, but you know you had to keep moving. You know, and when this is the emotional line here, to me, this is kind of, you know, maybe there's been stuff in your life that is, you know, it comes to kind of like the tangible life, you know, it could be just not being able to get ahead or things just not kind of working out, you know, tangible things just kind of didn't seem to come together here, you know, but this is having the emotional strength to push past it. To understand that, you know, even on the days when you weren't maybe feeling necessarily like you were getting anywhere, the work still needed to be put in. And then the Ace of Pentacles was behind that. Look at that. This 5 of Pentacles was clarified by the Hermit because it was almost as though you had to do kind of this reflection. You know, what was stopping you was asking you and calling you to kind of like look inside self, do reflection, understand maybe what it was at the root of the issue that was causing you to feel like you weren't actually connecting the dots and making forward movement in this, in life, in change, whatever that was to you, right? The 8 of Pentacles. Because the 8 of Pentacles is this energy of continuing to just grow, continuing to just put the work in. You know, a spider builds beautiful webs again and again and again. And the Wheel of Fortune is what changed this. You know, and this could be really the energy of where you've been putting in so much work and maybe it just wasn't, you know, the dots weren't connecting. Things just weren't kind of moving along. But the Wheel of Fortune is this energy here where things begin to shift, things begin to change. And that's why the Ace of Pentacles is after this, because you've come from this energy of the 5 of Pentacles. You've continued to show up and put the work in with the 8 of Pentacles here, you know, and then the Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. You know, this is kind of the energy of where new beginnings are starting. New beginnings are starting because you've put in the faith and you've put in the work. You've connected these dots of of aligning yourself with your intuition and moving yourself through the transformation, right? Through the transformation from the Five of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles, and then that new liberation of starting again with the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles was was clarified by the Three of Wands, because this is a new beginning, but this not only is a new beginning and a tangible beginning, but it's a new beginning of self. You know, it's a new direction. Like, it's as though you're looking through this peephole, and this Ace of Pentacles is like, okay, so what's next? What are you creating next here, Aquariuses? You know, what does that energy look like? What does that, what does this look like, right? Like, what does it look like when you come bearing your vulnerable heart on your sleeves, Something, that passion, whatever, that thing that serves your passion and connects you to what you want to be connected to in life. The Hierophant was the Four of Pentacles. And I kind of feel like this is really where you understand your worth, and maybe really how you understand maybe where you're connected in the world, to more than just a selfish level, but to more in like a collective kind of like higher light energy, right? Where you know your worth, you know your purpose, you understand that you serve great value here, just as your unique self, Aquarius. You don't have to show up to be anybody but yourself, because you are you, babe. All right, the spiritual line was the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. And this is kind of the energy where, that emotional fulfillment, starts to become much more, much more fulfilling, I guess. Like, a kind of like, that Ten of Cups is like where you just feel at peace is really that Ten of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles behind that, and this is kind of that energy of self-fulfillment. Like, it's like where, because you're taking care of yourself, you have this energy of love to be able to give to others, And the King of Pentacles here, this is somebody who's really taking the steps, he's actually like making these steps on his journey to align him with a life of fulfillment. He's not just wishing on stars. He's actually putting in the work here to tangibly align him to something. Let's get a clarifier for this Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups got the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Father of Swords. This Ten of Cups here, this emotional fulfillment comes from walking away from something. It actually comes from, the clarity and the new kind of like outlook on it. This Ten of Cups is this fulfillment of self when you acknowledge that, okay, maybe this Five of Pentacles, whatever this energy is, or the energy that you're transforming from, this low vibration deceiving energy, right? When you do the work and you do the transformation here, this emotional fulfillment comes with you understanding there's cups to walk away from. Okay, it comes with that clarity. It comes with that understanding. It comes with the knowing, and then just that King of Swords, making my step, making my moves. Okay. Let's see, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles gets the Eight of Swords and the Three of Cups, and this is, I think, maybe where, for some of you, you could have been a victim to some sort of connection to others here. The Three of Cups can sometimes be that third party situation, or just maybe where, people in your circle have kind of like, trapped you, kept you stuck. Okay, maybe limited you with their own personal beliefs here. And this is where you step into your own self-worth and your own self-acknowledgement, and understand that you're not a victim to what anybody else says, And this is also, it doesn't necessarily have to be the fact that you're, kind of like going single and going rogue and doing this all on your own. I mean, this can be the energy where you just understand your own worth. And therefore, when you go and you blend your energy in any sort of fellowship with any sort of, whether that's romantic or whatever that is. But when you go and blend your energy, you understand your whole. Okay, you understand what you look like. Therefore, you're no longer putting yourself in this role of the victim. Because you get your worth, okay? You get your worth. Therefore, you stand tall, and you don't need anybody else's energy. And that's not there's independent energy, and then there's independent selfish energy. And this is not the energy of independent selfishness. This is the energy of just understanding self, And that's why you're putting in the steps, because you can authentically show up to the steps, the tangible steps that you need to make here, to change yourself, to align yourself to a different direction. Seven of Cups and the Daughter of Wands clarified this Father of Pentacles, because there can be a lot of options before you here, but you choose the path and you choose the options that align you to the person that you want to be, the Page of Pentacles. I mean, the Page of Wands, that new beginning of self here. Yes, okay, there are a lot of options. There are always going to be a lot of options in life. But in order to actually become the King of Pentacles of our own world and to align ourselves with the life that we truly want to live, we have to take the steps to move that way, right? You have to pick the cups that are going to serve the person you want to be if you want to be a King of Pentacles. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? Okay, this energy of the steps needed here was the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Judgment. You know, this is really where you kind of just open yourself up and receive the blessings. Okay? It's like you've done so much work here, Aquarius. You know, you're so solid within who you are. You've put in this work to overcome, you know, what was emotionally holding you back. So now just accept the cup. You're here. Okay? You've put in the self-work. You've done it. Now live it. Right? Now go forward and live it. You've dealt with what needs to be. You've dealt with what needs to be done. So embrace what's here now. Ace of Cups. Father of Wands. King of Wands. Yep. Embrace who you are. Embrace your authenticity. Embrace all of this learning and all of this growing that you have put into yourself in 2020. Okay? Don't let that hold you back. You are here. You are this King of Wands. You are authentic to yourself. You are strong within yourself. You are passionate. You know, you are whole and steady. Open yourself up. Accept that cup now. Accept that that's who you are. Sorry, guys. The commercials came on Alexa. The Four of Wands gets the Nine of Wands and the Six of Wands. You know, this happiness, this completion, this whatever you want this to be, this fulfillment, this comes because you've put in the work. Nine of Wands and the Six of Wands. You've put in the work, you've completed the tough cycles, and then you liberated yourself. You know, within completing of these tough cycles, you have liberated yourself, which brought you this fulfillment. Because no matter where you are, this fulfillment, you know, no matter where we are in the stages of our lives, this fulfillment can be felt many times over. You know, this is just being so honored is almost coming out in my head. You know, this is like that, I've made it. Like that liberating kind of karmic feeling when you understand that you have really leveled up. You've put in a lot of work, you know. That's a celebration of self, really. And Judgment. Let's see what this Judgment card is. Judgment gets the Six of Cups. You know, this judgment, this understanding, this kind of like overwhelming sense of relief and peace of who you are, it comes from understanding that you are who you are because of all of the things that it's taken you to become you. All of the roots that have played a part in feeding this tree, you know. And there's some good and some bad, but I mean, we needed them all. And this is that energy. This is that kind of like final understanding. And then that acknowledgement of who you truly are, how beautiful you really are, how unique you really are, how authentically you really are. I love that. I also forgot to pull moon cards for everything the whole way through. Gosh, I do that every time. I drive myself nuts. You know, November could be a really big month of opportunity for a lot of new kind of cups coming in. I encourage you to keep yourself very open to all of the new opportunities. If you feel triggered by something, Aquarius, that's a sign that that part still needs to be healed. But level yourself up. Sit with it, work with it, and then move yourself along. Because you have done so much growing this year, Aquarians. So much. All right, let's see. The emotional line here, the emotional energy. The emotional energy was you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. And emotions are running high, the supermoon, and that's so true. And keep that in mind, right? Like that is our emotions. Like when emotions are running high comes out, keep that in mind. And you and your loved ones are safe. So understand that, you know, even if you have some of you know, this personal work to still work through, as you work yourself through it and you just keep, you know, connecting yourself to the highest road here, your loved ones are safe. No matter what's going on, your loved ones, you and your loved ones are safe. Let's see here for the spiritual energy. Let's get one here for the spiritual energy, Spirit. The energy is gaining momentum. You know, where things maybe have been feeling stuck within your own spiritual journey or within your own kind of evolution or even within just the, you know, the situation around you. The energy is gaining momentum. Have faith. And adjustments are required for the actions here. Okay? Finish out what needs to be finished out so that you can liberate yourself here and embrace the happiness. You know? You've worked so hard on this, Aquarians. Now put everything that you've learned and fly. Actually step into this. Embrace this next phase. Embrace this happiness. Embrace all of these cups, you know, with this forward movement. All right, we are also going to get a moon card here for the divine masculine energy. The divine masculine energy. Be bold and make the first move. You know, and that's not necessarily, again, just out to the masculine, but to the masculine within each of us. Be bold. Make the first move. Don't be afraid of the actions you know are needed from you here. And a win-win forecast is the outcome for the divine feminines. Okay? If you do the work, if you put in the effort, okay? Then what is to be will be, and therefore it'll be what's best for you. It really will be. Wow, Aquarius, what a beautiful reading. We're going to get an untethered as well, just to finish this off. Okay. 1 untethered. 2 untethered. Fortunately, deep within us, there is a direct connection to the divine. Fortunately, deep within us, there is a direct connection to the divine. What if consciousness were to remove its focus from your personal set of thoughts, your personal set of emotions, and your limited sensory input? Would you become untethered from the bonds of the personal self and be set free to explore beyond? I love that one. What if consciousness were to remove its focus from your personal set of thoughts, your personal set of emotions, and your limited sensory input? Would you become untethered from the bonds of personal self and be set free to explore beyond? Screenshot that. All right, guys. Aquarians, I wish you a beautiful, growing November. Take great care of your souls. Bye now.